see. Hey, yo. Hold up. Stop. R.I.P. Ecstasy of Houdini. They don't get mentioned enough in this 50 years of hip-hop shit. That's fact. We love Houdini. That's fact. Motherfucking Houdini. That's the first rap show I've seen in my life. Shit. Houdini was headlining. Houdini's dope as fuck. Houdini. Now if I could just get y'all little ass out the house. Right. Pray for me. Pop out. Well, you know, shit, come on with you, man. God damn, just do the show. I'm gonna shout it out to all you rappers trying to play Mystery Man. Stop fucking up your legacy. Get on this goddamn stage, man. A lot of dudes run around, you know, they don't listen to me more if I don't perform. Come on, dog. Let's get on stage, man. If I can get on stage, you definitely can get on this movie. They knew I wasn't gonna go. Really doing that? Why you don't need to do that? Yes, I do. I love it. Yeah. But yo, let's get to this. Yeah, you got it right. Let's do what Mama told me.
Listen, Jay-Z has always been envious of LL Cool J. He never could amass what LL Cool J did. LL never had a problem with Jay a day in his life. Not once did he ever have a problem with Jay until Jay bumped his head. Once Jay-Z bumped his head and thought he was bigger than LL, and, you know, because he sold more records, iconically in the historic monument of what matters in hip-hop, Jay would never have that. It hurts him. But, you know, he's rich. But so is LL. I mean, LL's got money too. I ain't saying he got Jay-Z money, but he's good. But what he has, what Nas has, Jay don't have. He don't have that foundation that they got. Yes, he's respected by these other peers and like, oh yeah, you know, we respect Jay. But the hardcore, the real, you know, hip hop lore, they don't honor him, man. They don't. They don't feel Jay like that. Like, we don't really feel Jay like that. He made hot songs, but most of them were dated. And it's kind of like the core of hip hop, you know, like he feels like almost like he's above it. So I could see how everyone was saying, man, he was dissing Jay on stage. I don't think he was talking to Jay-Z. I think he was talking about Jalil or just in general, saying you messing up your legacy and all that by not getting the stage. Well, a lot of people feel like that about Jay, you know, because he hasn't done anything for the 50 hip hop. Like, he's supposedly the biggest artist. But you see Nas on stage. You see everybody out there giving something back. And this dude is out here, you know, drinking and talking about champagne and art. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that, but You supposed to be giving back, bro. You better go back to the drums. You better go back to the ones and twos just to say, hey, this is the 50th year for hip hop. I got this. I don't care if you got something playing big with Beyonce. You got to do something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't think you're bigger than bigger than the vehicle that got you there. Because when no one care about you, if you wasn't in that hot ass booth putting those words down while they on the boards, spending all those hours trying to figure out what works. And whether you didn't like J Music or like J Music, he made some song he made you liked. So he's a part of it. So he needs to really get out there and do it. But he's always been envious of LL, you know. His uncle told him, you'll never be as big as LL Cool J. He still holds that over his uncle to this day. Like, yeah, you told me I never wouldn't be bigger than LL. It's like, are you serious? You hold on to that. Why does it matter to you to be bigger than LL Cool J? Right? Well, no. What we look at is people saying, what is beauty? What is art? What is it? Right? Like if you look at the foundation of what, you know, what LL is and what he's about. LL could go do some big notch movies. He could do a TV show. He could do all of these things, but still would grab that mic, would still get in front of an audience. Somebody could make a drum and L will put on a show. L gonna have a better stage performance than Jay-Z every time. Every time. Jay can never outperform LL Cool J at a concert. It's not gonna happen. The reason why, LL is somebody who used to grab a Block Party Mark chord and rip it. He knows what entertaining people really is. He used to have to go to rival hoods and grab the mic to fight to get the one mic they had and just rip in front of all the people and how to be energized. He doesn't have the energy of LL Cool J. So it's not even comparable. An introspective, thoughtful, soulful record, LL can make that. Jay can't make a soulful record where it impacts your soul because he's almost soulless. In anything he do, he has no empathy. It's just bland. And when it's empty like that, yeah, it might be clever wordplay and all this, but it's empty. The songs are empty. So I don't think he was talking about Jay-Z, but it can also relate to Jay-Z. Everything he said could flat out undoubtedly relate to Jay-Z because he hasn't been on that stage. Everybody else is honoring the Hip Hop 50. How do you think you're above that? You know, that's just really that's turned a lot of artists off in the industry too. By the way, there's a lot of people that's kind of turned off by that. Like you too busy, B? For real? They like we don't care if you hit the stage once. You can hit your own stage. We don't care if you upload a video or you doing in a crowd. Don't you too big for real? You can go out and do a song with Alicia Keys if you want to. You, Swiss, and Alicia Keys. Y'all can do 4 or 5 songs together. It don't even matter. You got to get something back, bruh. Like this the 50th. If Jay don't do something in the 50th for hip hop, well, his legacy is already stained. But in the eyes of a lot of the people in the world, when it comes to hip hop, he's done. He don't care about it, but it's cool. He's done. He can never be put in that category again. And I don't want y'all ever to bring him up to me and put him in that category. He's not in the category of none of these guys anymore. And it's gonna be because he didn't do the hip hop. That's right. He's not. He's not on that bar. He's below the parameter. I've seen these guys come out and supposedly saying this is what I do. This is what. Do you think Nas got to do it? Nas don't got to do it. Nas has put out more albums now when he don't have to than when he did have to. I'd have loved to seen G-Rap and all those guys get out there and rock. Right, get some of them guys off the couch. Man, this art form is beautiful. Yeah, I remember when Jay-Z was first coming up. And I used to like, man, dude is alright. Jay-Z dude, he alright. Then when Reasonable Doubt came out, he had switched up his style basically. And he had the In My Lifetime. And when they came out with In My Lifetime, the original or the remix when he was on the boat, that's when I was like, yo, what's up? And I Can't Get With That and all that. That was on the Freeze Records. I used to have that all before Reasonable Doubt. So when Reasonable Doubt came out, it was like something completely different altogether. So man, you got me thinking back. So watching this thing grow to what it is, man, it's been incredible. Um, some of the newer guys who came in it really abused it. They threw a lot of money at them, and it is what it is. But to not get on that stage and represent for the hip hop 50th, I mean, I don't care if you're down south. Everybody, every state, every city, somebody should be on the stage representing it. I don't care if you didn't get as big as anybody. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop at 50. All right, if you're not doing something to give back to it, to the art form, to inform these young ones out here who don't know anything about it, to educate the youth, then you're failing them, in my opinion. So definitely give them their shine, man. Give them some knowledge. Show them what it's like. Busta out there showing you what it's like. Even though I don't understand a word Busta be saying. I be like, I don't understand a word he said, but it's hip hop. It sounded great. Man, it was Method Man, Red Man, and Black Thought was rapping for DMX verse. You got Cass, Mo D, the Cold Crush Brothers, EPMD coming out doing their thing. I would love to see Face and Willie D, rip it up one more time. At least do one more song. Do the point of no return. You know. I never I never cared one way or another about how these other people were thinking. I never cared one way or another how these other people were moving. I never cared one way or another how these other people was translating the information. We only cared is that these artists, these people who were doing what they supposed to be doing, was keeping it real. Kane over there in London, putting it down, hitting the stage. So naturally, people gonna call out Jay because Jay ain't doing anything. He thinks he's too big, and that's always been the persona of Jay. And to break that mold, like he don't care about hip hop, So that's the way it comes off, like he's an elitist, and that's a bad look, because you're never bigger than the art form. You know what I'm saying? This thing predates you, really. Meaning this is your means to all those business deals. If you ain't make those songs, you wouldn't be in those rooms, B. You wasn't using this vehicle, you wouldn't be sitting there with the people you sitting with now. This this vehicle here saved a lot of black men in the business. Black lives were saved. A lot was lost by it, but a lot of them were saved. A lot of talented people in the industry would have never been found. Method Man would have never been found. We'd have never seen him in this platform. He'd be somewhere shermed out, spitting freestyles in the hood. Raekwon be dead in jail. We wouldn't have known these dudes. Right, it'd have been so dope to see Kanye hit the stage with Talib. Right? I would have loved to seen that. Well, we made what the industry call hot, hot. Hip hop is a billion-dollar industry because it generates more than anything, promotes brands quicker than any marketing tactic you could ever use. You put something in a video, right there, it could take off, sell millions. It penetrates all markets and homes. Profit margins expand. Why you think Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all these companies of racist people that don't want nothing to do with us will be open in arms to get them free clothes, free everything? Because they know they finna build our brand. They finna sell it to people we never even marketed to. But yet and still, people are so vested in making what don't work work. You know what I mean? So, LL Cool J, the greatest representing hip hop in its 50th. We appreciate him and what he's doing, holding it down. And yeah, I think that was for Jaleel from Houdini. And, and wasn't really talking about Jay-Z. But it relates to Jay-Z. So if everybody's calling out Jay, we know why. So if Jay was actually doing it something for hip hop and for the 50th, then would nobody be on it like that. So, your business practices and all of that, you know, that's on you. Good luck with everything that y'all doing. And I'm out. Love, peace, and hair grease.